If you love high-end hotels, premium experiences, and never settling for good enough, there's a river cruise line designed exactly for you. This is part of my river cruise series, and this video focuses on Scenic. Scenic is also ultra all-inclusive, ultra luxury experience. This is going to be equivalent to your Taucks, to your Uniworlds, truly luxury. They have the butlers, they have the fine dining, they have the premium drinks included 24/7. That dedicated butler service for all cabin categories, no matter where you're sailing on their ship. Something that's really unique about Scenic is they have multiple dining venues. I'll get into that in a minute, but that's something that most river cruise ships don't have. They usually have one, maybe two places to eat. Scenic has up to 5 dining options on a river cruise, which is kind of wild to me. They do have those premium beverages included, so if that's important to you. They do restock their mini bar daily. So just some things to think about. Yes, Scenic's price point is going to be higher, but what you're going to get is going to be much more elevated. So they have an interesting ship structure. They call their ships space ships. Okay, which is kind of interesting, but they're designed for that smaller guest number because they do want to have a more high-touch experience. They do have larger than average suites compared to other river cruises out there, and they have a signature sun lounge. Okay, so this is really cool. It's a private balcony. It converts into an all-weather, all-season solarium with a press of a button. Really cool feature. And it's more relaxation and wellness focused, I would say, than some of the other lines. They do have the gyms on board. They have a specialized salt lounge for relaxation. So just kind of those little touches that take it over the top. So like I mentioned before, I think their most unique feature is that they have up to 5 dining options on their river cruise ships, which kind of makes me think of some of the ocean cruise lines, where you have the specialty restaurants and things like that. So you do have more choice with specialty dining on a Scenic river cruise. If you like that, Scenic might be a good choice for you. So just to give you an option, they have the Crystal Dining. That's kind of their main restaurant with all the open seating and things like that. The River Cafe is the casual all-day dining venue. Pizza, snacks, coffee, treats, things like that. You can have that out on the outdoor terrace on the sun deck. And then depending on which ship you're on, you might have a variety of different restaurants. Portobello's, L'Amour. This is going to be like a 5-course intimate setting. You're going to have some regional themed meals, usually Italian or French cuisine, depending on which restaurant is on your ship. Of course, they're going to pair it with fine wines from the area. And then another option that you might see on your ship would be Table au Rive or Table d'Or. Again, this is very intimate, very exclusive. Up to 10 guests eat at this restaurant per evening. This is usually reserved for the higher deck suite guests, and this is a 6-course tasting menu. Of course, paired wines, the best, okay? So luxury experience. Their excursions with Scenic usually are very highly curated, okay? They're fully included, they're in-depth, they're customized. They really set a higher standard, I think, for the service and luxury. So they have this thing called Scenic Enrich. So these are private after-hour cultural events. Think classic concerts and historic venues. That is totally Scenic's vibe. And then they also have something known as Scenic Free Choice. Okay, so these are options. It allows guests to pick activities based on their fitness level or their pace or their interests. So they do offer a lot of choice. These shore excursions are extremely curated, but they're all included, which is awesome. They do have expert-led tours. They do have e-bike options. So lots of variety on a Scenic river cruise with their shore excursions. Because it is one of the most all-inclusive experience on the river, it is definitely going to be a higher price point. You're going to get that premium pricing. And I would say some people, when they go on vacation, they think luxury feels too stuffy. This may be the case with Scenic. You may feel like this feels a little too luxurious for your liking because it's truly best for those true luxury seekers, minimal planning travelers. You just want to show up and feel pampered, okay? If you like casual, choose your own style kind of trip, this is not going to be the brand for you. It may feel a little too structured for your liking. I personally feel like Scenic is more culturally focused. Someone who likes a balance of choice and structure, appreciates kind of the formal, luxurious styling on board. So that's going to be Scenic's target market. So, are you ready to set sail aboard Scenic? I'd be happy to help. Drop me an email at Allie@picturethistravel.com and mention this video. If you'd like to learn more about other river cruise lines, I've got a whole series on my channel you're going to love. I'll see you all in the next video.